Okay, like a YouTuber. Oh gosh. Okay, let us begin. Okay, all right. Good afternoon to all of you today. Now, today you can hear from my voice itself, right? It's full of energy. I got so much thing to share with you today, right? There's so much stuff to share with you today. Okay, so it's gonna be very good stuff. So you really need to listen to me. Okay. All right. First of all, how many of you has Dogecoin right now? How many of you have Dogecoin right now? Dogecoin, right? If you have Dogecoin, please key the word Dogecoin into the group chat right now. Let me see how many of you have Dogecoin. You have Dogecoin? Yeah. If you have Dogecoin, please key the word Dogecoin into the comment area. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you and want to know that you have it. Simon, you have it? Good. Sherwin, you have it? Good. Hannah have it? Good. Leon have it? Good. Loin have it? Good. All right. If you have Dogecoin, I'm telling you in your face before you wait for me to finish your reading yourself, right? Try to keep some and wait for at least 48 cents. Okay, 48 cents. Okay, I'm giving you the number right now. My target is at least 48 cents. The last time I gave target was 70 cents, and it really goes there. And I did ask you guys to take some profit. Some of y'all took very good. Some of y'all held on because you're aiming $1 and so forth. Okay, never mind. I'm telling you this: the near-term target, in my perspective as well, I expect it to go to 48 cents. Okay, I'll explain to you why in details very, very shortly. Of course, you may want to ask me, Kel, how high can it go? Can it go to go to $1, $2? That one I'll leave it later, but let me explain to you why I say at least 48 cents. Okay, so let's start this afternoon MAO right now. All right, tell your friends to join this. They will definitely love this session. Okay. Today is the 2nd of June, Wednesday, this afternoon now, cryptocurrency and other markets. All right, Stanley Druckenmiller on BTC. Now, of course, for cryptocurrency people, you may not know who is Stanley Druckenmiller. All right, it is understandable because he belongs to the financial market side. Okay, he only recently dabbled into the cryptocurrency space, and actually, primary is only Bitcoin. So later on itself, right, he'll be talking about Bitcoin, he'll be talking about Ethereum, and he'll be talking about Dogecoin. Now, of course, I want to preempt you guys. He's not favorable for Dogecoin. I repeat, he is not favorable. Okay, so just in case you feel that, hey, this guy, because I say it's on Bitcoin, he's more into Bitcoin. Okay, my man Cal, wow. Okay, cool. All right, so before we start this afternoon MAO, once again, do note disclaimer as usual. I would like you guys to understand this. Please make sure that you do your due diligence before you engage into anything. And whatever I share itself is my own perspective. If you are, if you're going to trade and get involved in this, do note that I'm not liable. All right. So if you accept the above, you identify me. All right. Clear? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's continue then. Now, basically, it's all right. Why Dogecoin? Now, Coinbase Pro opened up to Dogecoin after cryptocurrency 6,000 gain this year. Yeah, indeed. Do you know that Dogecoin went up by 6,000% in this year alone? Now, think about this. It was actually 4 cents to 4.5 cents early this year. And we were talking about it, and we've been telling friends, hey, you know what, try. But we tell each other, try, and then no one do it. Then after that, you go to 10 cents, you say, it's okay, never mind. Then you go to 20 cents, that's where the whole hype all come in, all right now. So I know some of you have keep it at 4 cents. Congratulations, just keep it, doesn't matter anymore. All right, keep it because I see this coin going higher, my personal view, all right? So with Coinbase Pro accepting this gives me a more validation that I believe that this coin will likely be trading higher in the time to come. So Thursday today, there will be this trading will begin, all right? And of course, if liquidity condition means, I think it will be more than enough liquidity, all right? So stand by for this. So of course, now we can see, right, Elon Musk is definitely one of the happiest men, if not, right, because look at it, he just texts, who let the Doge out? You know this coin, right? And this song, right? Who let the dogs out, right? Apparently. So apparently it's up, right? This Dogecoin at 32 cents up by 6,000%. So when it was up by 64 cents, it's up by 12,000%. Crazy, right? All right. So we all know that the high was 72 cents, in fact, and then it pulled all the way down below below 50%. So this is the volatility of a coin that's no utility at all. It's just a meme coin, but with no intrinsic value, totally nothing, and it has almost limitless supply. So that is the reason why a lot of people don't dare to buy this coin, because of limitless supply. All right. So when that's the thing happening, what can you do with it, right? It's just about faith. All right. So later on, I'll talk to you more about this Dogecoin shortly. Okay. All right. So let's us go into CNBC first. Right? CNBC recently invited this guy called BK, Brian Kelly, to explain about how he feel about this Bitcoin itself. Okay. All right. And apparently this is what happened. Okay. So Brian Kelly is a founder and CEO of BKCM. It's a digital currency investment firm. Okay. He is a portfolio manager. And basically this is accolade. And seems to be he's into a lot of fund management, and definitely he is there on CNBC. Okay, so he is now long on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. All right, so this is Brian Kelly. All right, you do hear his name once in a while on the CNBC channel. So he was being interviewed. This is a 3-minute video. I want you to take a look what he has to say. Cheers. Enjoy.
Look at Bitcoin pulling back today, but holding above that 36,000 level. Bitcoin, though, down 37% over the past month. And our resident Bitcoin baller, BK, says the worst of the recent sell-off could be over. BK, explain.
Yeah, so for me, when you look at Bitcoin, it's all about network effect and really about address growth. So one of the key metrics that I look at when I'm managing crypto money is how fast addresses are growing versus what the market is expecting the addresses to grow. So what we're looking at right now in the charts that I brought along are address growth is basically flat. But the market is implying that we're going to have a decline of almost 20% in address growth. We haven't seen that type of differential since March of 2020. And generally when Bitcoin gets that mispriced, it is the sign of that bottoming process. And so we look back to March of 2020 when we had a massive divergence. That was when Bitcoin was 3,500 and it roared to 60,000. We're looking at the exact same type of situation here where it looks like Bitcoin's trying to bottom. The market is mispricing what's going on underneath the fundamentals underlying Bitcoin.
How much conviction, BK, do you have in this interpretation of your charts? In that, are you adding, I mean, I know you're probably pretty long, but do you think that this is an opportunity?
I do. I mean, I personally added to our fund this month because I think it's that big of an opportunity in the fund. We are long and getting longer. Now, what I would like to see, obviously, Bitcoin's very momentum driven. So now we need to see some price follow through here and get that momentum going. But to me, the story hasn't changed one bit, right? We're getting institutional adoption. We're getting as an inflationary hedge, and regulatory wise, we're getting watered down regulatory. It's not going to be banned. We're talking about bringing it into the fold. Those are all positive things for me. And that to me is reflected in that mispricing.
So, Beeks, how important are the technicals? I mean, obviously, you're looking at some metrics that you've used in the past to kind of guide your thought process for future performance. You know, Carter Braxton Worth, he is in the pantheon of technical analysts here. He's seeing lower lows here, man. And that was a panic low of about 30,000 a week or so ago, a week and a half ago. And he sees that if it breaks there, that maybe you get back to that 2017, 18 peak near 20,000. Could that technical setup plus maybe some regulatory headlines with some teeth kind of draw it back down to those levels?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know if 30,000 was the low. I have pretty high conviction that it was. But Bitcoin is a funny way of, making you look silly. Listen, if it got down to 20,000, I'd be buying with both of my diamond hands for sure. But technicals are important when it comes to Bitcoin. Because it's difficult to value, it's very much like the foreign currency markets. Technicals play a very big role. And that's why I mentioned I want to see the momentum follow on here, right? Because momentum is kind of that first signal that the technicals are turning.
Okay, so you guys heard earlier itself, you do hear a bit of this noise. That one is done by on your side, okay, not my side. Okay, so wow, what he says, all right, and he says what, right? If the Bitcoin goes down to 20,000, he'll use his diamond hands to go and buy more. Okay, all right, we will just remember this. If Bitcoin ever comes down to 20,000, we would like to see him doing that. But if you really ask me, in my honest opinion, itself, if Bitcoin comes down to 20,000, yeah, definitely I'll buy some. And you go to 15,000, I buy more. You go to 10,000, I buy a lot more. Then after that, it's how you go to 5,000. Oh my goodness, I'll buy even more. This is what I will be doing, at least for now, unless something dramatically change. Because there's a rational reason, and the main important reason, in my opinion, is there is limited supply. That is the only thing that I want to buy Bitcoin for. Because Bitcoin has limited supply, so no matter how they did itself, right, this value will have only one way, which is up eventually. All right. Of course, there'll be sideways, there'll be some selling, there'll be some pullback, and that's what the boys want you to do. But eventually, that is how I see Bitcoin. All right. So
Look at Bitcoin.
the thing is this. Now let's just bring this guy called Stanley Druckenmiller in. All right. So in case you want to ask me, who is this guy, by the way? Now this is how he looks like. This is Stanley Druckenmiller. Okay, so he was being interviewed on many stuff, but I just extracted the one on cryptocurrency. Okay, so just to let you know who is he first. Okay, so Stanley Druckenmiller is considered one of the greatest investors. Now, a lot of people know George Soros, okay, but not many people know Druckenmiller because he's actually more like a second feeder. All right, George Soros is always known to have one sidekick by the name of Jim Rogers, correct or not? But actually, after Jim Rogers, the next person that closest to them, to him itself, will be Stanley Druckenmiller. All right. So apparently itself, right, he was actually a fund manager early already. Then because he had such a strong track record, the legendary investor and hedge fund manager George Soros recruited him. Apparently, he was the 10th recruit member, right? And apparently that stays already. And he worked for him in a quantum fund. Then since 1988 to year 2000, and of course the quantum fund back then as well went up loads and loads of percentage, okay? And of course, one of the biggest attack was that he actually helped Soros to pull out one of the biggest trade in 1992. The pair broke the Bank of England, but apparently it's all right. The market only know in 1992 it was Soros who broke the Bank of England, but actually the both of them did it. And in fact itself, right, as I said, the fact itself, Druckenmiller was the one that put the bet first for Soros in the fact. Then Soros just basically went for angular and go for the kill, all right? So after that itself, he left Soros and he built his own fund, and now he's doing pretty well on his own as a multi-billionaire. Okay, so you got the idea now, right? Who is this guy? Okay, so what is he saying about Bitcoin? This is his story. I like the story. Now take a look. So he says that he evolved on this, meaning, right, he was not with it actually on Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, he thinks that Bitcoin is not going to be the thing to be used. So apparently he said that, right, he was, when he saw Bitcoin at $50 to 1,700, right, 17,000, sorry, 70,000, right, he just looked at it throughout. That means he knows Bitcoin is going up, but he got no idea how can Bitcoin help him at all. And he just basically looked at it, all right? Then after that itself, right, he realized that the way Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, the way he's crossing all the red lines and what they shouldn't do, he knows that this is going to turn and change the currency market. So what he do is that he actually has another friend, okay, he got a call from a billionaire hedge fund, Paul Jones. I think it's Paul Tudor Jones, if I'm not wrong. All right, and he says that, do you know that when Bitcoin went from 17,000 back to 3,000, that 86% of the people that own it at 7,000 never sold it? So which means that when people who bought Bitcoin at 17,000, even though Bitcoin slammed down to 3,000, 86% of them never sold it. So in short itself, right, that means that people are going to keep it relentlessly, all right? So even like they say Bitcoin now goes down to back to 3,000 again, you will be surprised that people will not sell. That is what he's trying to say. So that was very big for him. He felt that, right, this finite supply and these people who are religious zealous on this, they are going to hold it regardless, right? So this is a new madness, okay? And of course, he went to 6,000 after that, and slowly he started to go into the market, okay? He knows that a lot of people now, the young kids are holding it. The best part is this, this is the best part of it, okay? He says that, right, he told about this, so he went around to buy. He went to buy $100 million of Bitcoin at a price of 6,200. That means that he only want to buy only at this price. And you know how long it took him? 2 weeks to buy 20 million. Oh my God. Okay, 20 million. You want to buy 100 million, but there's no supply in the market. Don't have. And it took him 2 weeks to just buy 20 million. Okay, and he bought even a higher price at an average price of 6,500, I think. So you must understand that this is the guy who bought in very, very cheap. All right. So of course, you may say, Kel, maybe he's trying to do this now, then he can unload to all of us. Well, you can think that way, but I rather think not, because I can tell you this, based on what he's saying right now, you can feel that he feels that this is ridiculous. He says that, right, he take 2 weeks to buy 20 million. He can buy as much gold for 2 seconds, which is true. To buy 20 million worth of gold, a simple few buttons, you get the thing ready, right? So he felt like an idiot, so he stopped buying. And next moment, Bitcoin is at 36,000. So you think about this, at 6,500, he already bought 20 million worth, and he's supposed to buy 100 million. But end of the day itself, he felt that it's being stupid and ridiculous. He don't buy, and now it's 36,000. Okay, think about this. That is 6 times his. So if he have actually bought 100 million worth, then he will be now by another $500 million worth. My goodness, this is how crazy it is. So this is how it goes. Anyway, he says that, right, he basically clear his costs, and now just having some, and his heart is never in it. He's a 68-year-old dinosaur, but he still thinks that this thing itself is going to be good in the long term. All right. So he felt that the institutional will be coming in, and that is what we're seeing right now. Now he does has a company. This company, right? You can see this company. I will not mention their name. All right, this company, I know this good friend have been buying a lot of this counter. Okay, he bought a lot, and he see now is going to start accepting Bitcoin, and they may invest in it. And this is just recent interview. So the thing is this: he feel that, right, with Bitcoin no more than 21 million is a fixed supply. So by right now, it's all right. How do you think about this, Stanley Druckenmiller? In your opinion itself, do you think you can trust what he says? Let me hear you guys out itself. All right. Jamie, right? How did the price go down to 17,000 to 3,000? That is a very good question. All right. Now, first of all, itself, right, it depends on demand and supply, right? If let's say there is really at that time, no one's selling, example, I'm not saying that he's right. I'm just saying that this is in financial market. We don't sell at 17,000. And then what happened is that, right, we just don't buy also below anything at 7,000. So which means that, right, if there is not enough supply in the market, all right, and people just want to sell relentlessly itself, there is a possibility for price to mark down. That means that if the bid just keep on moving downwards, right, because they just want to lure in the buyers or the sellers in, it is possible. So no, I don't think he is. I don't think that he control all the supply at the moment right now. Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm just sharing with you that the boys itself, right? All the boys like Paul Tudor Jones, probably like what he quoted, I suspect so, himself and other people, they all have it. And I tell you this: many people who own Bitcoin are not going to sell. Seriously, because I told you before in all my past MAO that why must you sell? Why must you sell something that is usable to pot money around? This is the best deal to lend it to someone to use it to pot money around. Don't you agree with me? So that is my personal view. But end of the day, everybody has their own rights to make your own call. Okay. So of course, if you don't agree with me, no worries. I say everybody got their own reasoning. But my point is this: do you believe that what he say? Do you believe what he says? All right. After he have shared his personal view, his trading journey on Bitcoin, what do you think? Do you think that he can be trusted, or you think cannot be trusted? Please key your answer right now. Trusted or not trusted? Okay. Let me see what is your reply over here. Okay, Sherwin says that for someone who can do something to the Bank of England, must be powerful, can trust. Okay, Fred say he's too a legendary investor. Okay, Leo, Edwin, Anthony, Fred all say can be trusted. Okay, now let me just, before we go right into that itself, I say once again, big boys, obviously, when they come onto mainstream media, their all job itself is to do some marketing, that is for sure. So maybe he's using this avenue to let people believe in it. It's all possible. So don't just so totally trust what he says. And he said, and his price now is that he bought at a lower price below 10,000 overall, I think. So of course, he can say anything, and he's all in profit right now. So this is just a sharing of what Stanley Druckenmiller says on the Bitcoin, all right? So, oops, sorry. All right, so this is the company stock that he is talking about. So take a look at this counter itself right now. My friend bought a lot at about $20, $21, $22. I think that's where he and his friends all bought. So you can, okay, Jamie, okay, fair enough. Don't need to trust, as I said. All right, so you can see that this is the counter. So of course, for those who are involved in stock market itself, right, if you think that you trust what he says, you can take a look at this counter. Who knows, one day they announce and things may go up again. You know? A lot of companies are doing that, right? Like how Tesla did it, and obviously Tesla, make some money out of that. So I'll leave it there for you guys anyway. It's just sharing, okay? Don't need to go too deep. So of course, he also talked about other things. He talked about Ethereum and Bitcoin. So this is what he said. Now, the simple takeaway is that Bitcoin is likely won the store of value for the battle of crypto. He felt that this Ethereum as a potentially a Yahoo or MySpace, an early mover technology that was replaced by better product Google and Facebook. So in short itself, he felt that Ethereum is okay right now, but eventually it'll be replaced by something else. Now, like I say once again, do remember he is a dinosaur. He already tell you that. So he don't really buy into this crypto thingy. But then again, it's all right. He saw the thing going crazy. He also want to join it. I think that is very typical. So he felt that, right, for Bitcoin is a brand. It has been around for 13 to 14 years. It has a finite supply. So he don't see a problem here itself. But come to Ethereum, right, he's a bit sketchy. He's a bit skeptical. And he thinks that this is like a MySpace thingy before Bitcoin. So before Facebook. But you all know, right, before Facebook back then, it was MySpace. Then before MySpace, we have AOL Messenger and stuff like that. So probably that is what he is saying. So in short, he don't really think that, okay? He don't think that, right, Ethereum is his cup of tea, okay? He don't think so. And he felt that, right, but one thing is that for sure, the engineering kids from Stanford, Brown, and MIT, they love crypto, and he believed that all these guys will be buying a lot of crypto or create more crypto. So in short itself, blockchain is definitely going to be the next big thing. So as long as he feels that Jerome Powell, if he keep doing what he's doing right now, he think gold and Bitcoin being the high beta gold, will have a lot of wind behind them. So in short itself, despite going one round, he still think that Bitcoin is a better bet. So that's why I'm bringing this up to share with you. Don't know whether you all agree that he believed that too. So you guys make the call, okay? Now, my job once again, to be reiterate this point, my job is to do my sharing over here. End of the day, you make the final call, okay? Now, he talked about Ethereum, he talked about Bitcoin. So now he talked about Dogecoin. Okay, now before we go into that itself, okay, let me ask all of you here, okay? All of you here, how many of you think that Dogecoin will go back to 72 cents by end of this year? If you think that Dogecoin will go back to 72 cents by end of this year itself, please key number 1. If you think that it will not go there, please key number 2. All right, let me see what is your answer. If you think that Bitcoin will go to, Dogecoin go back to 72 cents, please key number 1. If you think that it won't, please key number 2. Let me see what's the what is the consensus right here? Okay. All right, we see now Edwin, Jamie, Sherwin, Judy, Leon, Susan, Lion, okay, Jake, okay, all saying that. Michael saying no, okay, fair enough. Okay, Michael saying no. How about the rest? That'll be only like 14 of you guys, but 67 of you guys, don't you guys are all working? Can't be, right? So why don't you just chip in and give me your answer? Come on, man, just chip in and what do you think? Do you think they go to 72 cents by end of this year? All right, let me see what your take is. Is that all? No more idea. All right, you all must do this participation. Then you all can see the consensus. Then, okay, can feel. All right, Brenda said unsure. Liu say yes. Okay. All right. So this is what he says. Okay. So don't be offended for all the Dogecoin followers. Wow. Brian say $1. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Chen Kui, Rita say yes. Judy say $1 or so. Fred say they move in accordance to crypto. Got Doge father backing. All right. Toming also say number 1. Okay. So now this is Druckenmiller say about Dogecoin. All right. Right. Dogecoin, he says that it's all a joke to Druckenmiller. He just started laughing when he see it goes up. He won't short it, FYI, because he doesn't like putting campfire up with his face. Do you know what I mean? Don't like putting campfire out with his face. So anyone can tell me what does it mean? What does it mean that he doesn't like putting campfires out with his face? Let me see whether y'all can understand this. I mean, I haven't really go and dig it out. So I want to ask you guys have better command of English. Can you tell me what does it mean? Right, for him himself, Dogecoin is just an NFT. It's a manifestation of the craziest monetary policy in history. And I think that since there's no supply, no limit on supply, I don't really see the utility of the Dogecoin right now. He felt that this is a greater fool theory, okay? So he said that he was just trying to pretend that Dogecoin doesn't exist. Say, when Bitcoin used to go up, I go crazy because I didn't own it. Okay, fair enough. When Dogecoin goes up, I just started laughing. So in short, he say, don't go long and don't short. I mean, unless you're going to Vegas, then I guess it's okay. All right. So yes, Jake, I also think that way. You don't want to get his face burned. I think that is what he meant. All right, because no matter what he says, it can be wrong, right? So he is saying that, right, Dogecoin is a joke. Now we do a little search on Dogecoin for those who doesn't know. Now Dogecoin is now worth in circulation, the supplier is about 129.5 billion. Oh my goodness, this type of supply, really incredible, right? You're talking about Bitcoin is only 21 billion by the end of the halvings are over. And this one is 129.5 billion, okay? So apparently, again, this is what it's saying now, that Dogecoin was actually created to be a joke, okay? It should be a joke, but now become a big thing itself, all right? So the question is, if you believe that this what he says, which is what Druckenmiller say, then you shouldn't be involved in Dogecoin, okay? In a way. All right, so that's why I did ask you guys how y'all think, what's your view on this guy, right? So, you had to do your assessment from there. Now, for me, so I have my view, okay? Let me share with you my personal view, okay? My personal view. Now, my personal view on Dogecoin is that this one here, it all lies on this thing called Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk, as you know, he is really going to do it. I tell you that he will definitely, in my opinion, he's going to really conquer space, in my opinion. That means that he will be able to have his technology really used by NASA, which is going on right now, and really get this done. He has done it many times. There's good part, there's failures, but at least we can see now more and more positive stuff. And really, we just put it this way. I mean, anybody in the world want to really, want to be the richest man on earth. They want to really have the power and control. So this guy, he just periodically say something like this, all right? Someone suggested changing Dogecoin fees based on the phases of the moon, which is pretty awesome. So you see, whenever he do such a thing itself, right, it shows that he really wants this Dogecoin to be around. So I don't know whether how high Dogecoin will go, but I know that minimally itself, right, Dogecoin won't die. This is my personal take, So that's why, but before you go into crazy mode itself, right, please look at this joke here. Okay, this joke here, please don't get too crazy. And then after that, every other day, just track what Elon Musk do. Now, we have already seen what happened in SNL, when we read the Saturday Night Live, how he created a strong following on that day. It causes even the Robinhood app to go down. So all I can say is one round is over. The high is 72 cents, the low is 25 cents. That means that we have both sides of the coin, people who keep buy low and those who bought at a higher price. There's a lot of still bull in the market right now. So based on this itself, right, I believe that Dogecoin, from the high of 72 cents to the low of 75 cents, I believe now Dogecoin has already formed a base at 30 cents. So if people don't mind to just slowly buy, you can consider to buy some at current price now at 33 cents and then aim at about 48 cents. Okay, like just buying stock. You buy a stock at 33 cents and you aim at 48 cents. Now at 48 cents, that is somewhere in the middle. That means I take the middle of this and this guy, take the middle of this, we get about 48 cents. So it's not at the 50 cents, but at 48 cents. And this is where I think probably will be the first leg that Dogecoin will go. Now, of course, I did say that coming June, there will be a bit of correctional pullback, right, on this cryptocurrency, and I stand by it. So that's why I'm not going to tell you to buy everything right now at 33 cents. In fact, itself, do in stages. Do in stages if you can. Now, of course, you need to buy your USDT first, because you don't want to the point that when the market do come down, you run out of USDT. So today is 33 cents, example, right? At 33 cents itself, maybe you can buy $100 worth, example. Then at 30 cents, you can buy maybe at $200 worth. Then subsequently itself, right, at maybe 26 cents here, you can buy maybe another $300 worth. And of course, at 25 cents, I don't mind a bit more. I don't mind a bit more. And of course, if it goes down to 20 cents, if it really goes there, maybe I can buy a bit more. So like this is this is the dollar value. Okay, dollar value. All right. So of course, this is really like, okay, isn't that doing dollar averaging downwards? Isn't that very negative for portfolio? Well, it's true, but because I say end of the day, it's all about faith and what you need to buy cheap. So you can consider doing this in stages. At least it will not harm you. And of course, when the price goes lower, it's better for you. Now, of course, what if the thing is that what if Dogecoin finally becomes zero? Then what happened? Then you will lose whatever you can put in. But again, that's why I say don't need to go too big. Do it in stages and monitor the market. Then you see for yourself. If the market condition overall is still okay, but just panic selling, then of course, when the price goes lower, it's better. Now, of course, some people will argue, why don't we just wait for the price to go 20 cents, then we just buy? Well, it's not wrong, but I know human very well. If 33 cents you don't buy and wait for 20 cents to come, then what will happen is that, right, when the price do come to 20 cents, you won't buy and you believe that it go down to 10 cents and then you'll miss a whole run again. Do you agree what I just said? If you agree, please key the word agree. If you disagree, just key the word disagree. Right, let me see what is your view right here now for Dogecoin. All right, so for us itself, we actually, we bought some. We're just keeping it. We're not going to do anything to it. We just want to leave it down there. All right, let you decide. Because this type of coin whereby it can go up 10%, 20% daily, is nothing there. All right, it's nothing to be worried about. It's nothing to be going to be loosely about, because this is how crazy it can be. Okay, well, I see a lot of people who agree. Okay, so if you agree, then you better buy some USDT and put an e-wallet. Okay, now, if you ask me, right, this is the counters that are doing okay. All right. Now, the counter that I'm really watching is this counter. Yay, this counter, correct. Susan, yesterday we got some people got ADA coin. You gave to them already? The 4 or 5 people, right? We're giving out the ADA coin already. See, we promised and we already give. Okay, all right. So, okay, so this is the thing. If you want to ask me, I still feel that Cardano will be the next one to go up. I still believe and I stand. As I say that, right, Cardano will go back to the $2 mark again. This is my personal take. That's why we are giving this coin. And I think we gave it at a 113 before. We gave it at 140 before, 150 before. Now we already are in profit, right? So those who are in profit with Cardano, congratulations to you, okay? All right. ADA coin. All right. So that is what I need to share with you on the market, on the news. Now, I want to show you something very exciting, okay? Stay on, don't leave. Now, this is yesterday our Bitcoin trading. Now, yesterday, Bitcoin from 37,000 dropped to 35,000. Now, many people were very worried. They said, Kel, the Bitcoin came off, right? That means you guys are losing money. Actually, no. We look at it carefully. As long as we follow our rules, blue turns to green and red turns to yellow, we buy. As long as we actually take staggered profit, right? You realize that yesterday we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different trades, but 5 trades itself, right? 4 wins and 1 no trading because the market did not cross certain level, all right? So you realize that we actually made money, and in fact, 4 out of 4. See, when the price comes down, we do not activate our trade because there's no color change. Number 2, even though the KCX blink, we must wait for color change to come in, and that is how we trade using the TWB system, all right? This is what happened yesterday on Bitcoin. And for Ethereum, yesterday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades, but we have 2 losses. So same thing again, even though here is blinking, blue turns to green, you need to wait for color change from red to yellow to buy. So unfortunately, on 2 occasions, we lost money. But after that, it's all right, we made back the money again, and of course, it's 3 ticks. So 3 ticks is about $30 to $50 deal. So that is what happened for us overall yesterday, right? So guys, don't you find that this is really incredible? You just have to look at the colors, blue turn to green, look up, if you see it's red bar, don't care, don't bother, wait for it to be red to yellow, then you buy. Isn't that better? Now, if you think this is good enough, let me tell you something even better now, okay? Now, if you actually notice this, we are actually doing this for some of you who joined the last event on the 15th of May. Remember, 15th of May, we have the event. And I basically group you guys up, 132 of you into this. So every day we will see any calls. If there's a call for buy and sell, we will send you the calls. All right, and you can see we give you the entry, the stop loss, the TP, all right, really give it to you. And we don't charge money for this. I repeat, we don't charge a single cent on this. All right, and we do it right now purely on Bitcoin, and periodically we send you the chart, let you take a look, right? Because not every time we have the capacity to send out the chart. This is done by our TTT traders, okay? Our TWB trusted traders, okay? They are the one doing this, sending out. But I'm going to tell you this upfront now. If you notice this, those are in this group chat, right? You notice something have included. You notice this green color tick? What is this? Now I tell you this, over the last few months, we have been observing the cryptocurrency space. And obviously it's all right, we realize that not all the trades are really very fantastic trades. So now we have now funneled down to 2 ticks, 1 tick, and no tick. So in short itself, right, going forward, if you see 2 ticks at the bottom of the call, that means that we believe that this trade should be very good. If it's only got 1 tick, that means it's okay, fairly okay. If there's no tick, that means it's a normal trade. And we'll be doing it for Bitcoin and we'll do it for Ethereum. Yes, so this is going to be given a free service only for subscribers only. That means that you must be a TWB student. That's the main thing. You have to be a subscriber, or now you are actually given the indicator by us because you joined the past event. But of course, after the given time is over, you will not be entitled to all this anymore. Indeed. So you see, we keep on pushing and pushing and pushing to give you the best of the best. And I tell you this, do you know how good is this thing here? Let me show you live right now. It was just done moments ago, just 5 minutes before we MAO started. You see? Straight away, right, just now we have this call on the Bitcoin. You can see that the price entered was 36,693. That was here. That was where we give the buy call signal. Okay, you can see that, right? And then after that itself, right, almost immediately Bitcoin went up by 150 because it's a trade with a single tick. So if this is a single tick, that means that this is a fairly good trade. You can try one. So then after that, we also have another one. 2 minutes later, we have another one because we have only one person at any one time doing this typing. So it may be a bit delayed, but still, there is a single tick. So what happened to this Ethereum? Let me show you. Take a look, guys. You see that? Wow, Ethereum immediately gush up already. So that is why you really need to have this. See, this is what you see earlier. This is what you see earlier, and this is what happened to Ethereum after we give the trade with a tick. So which means that the tick will inform you this trade, you have to take notice. And you want to, if you happen to be trading and you see us having a tick right, then we know that we are also confident in this trade. So in case you may ask how this tick is being, how do we gauge? That one is trade secret, I cannot tell you already. But main thing is this is what will give it to you. So as long as you're a subscriber of the crypto indicators, all right, we will put you into this special channel. It's a channel, so you will go in and then you will be able to see the trade call. So do note once again, this channel will start from 9 a.m. and end at 12 midnight. I tell you this is Singapore definitely #1, group that will give you everything. No one does that in Singapore, I can tell you that. We are so committed to your success. So free, you don't need to pay, but you have to be a TWB student, all right? So we're going to offer our crypto package soon. That means that it's a cheaper price compared to the full basic price. This crypto package will be out because we're still doing some nitty-gritty details to just make sure that everything is proper. We will be launching it, all right? So people who think that, hey, this is worth it because you get to get this sort of free service, I'm pretty sure in a very short while, you'll make back your cost fee very, very soon, okay? All right, so this is what we'll give to you. Don't need to ask Susan or Keng Hua. We will automatically add you into the channel as long as you are a TWB subscriber for cryptocurrency. Only if you're a subscriber, not other things. Okay, thanks. All right, cool, right? Fantastic. Okay, so let's just look at the market right now. I think that is what you guys are waiting for, right, for today. Okay, let's take a look at the market for today. Let's look at this. Is okay, this Bitcoin right now. Okay, this is Bitcoin, and let's take a look for today. Now, for Bitcoin, until now, we are still quite, cautious to the wind because of the long term. Because this is going to be how to be a subscriber. You have to become a student first. Okay, all right. So we will be talking about how to join us, through the crypto crowd. I think by tomorrow. So please come back on tomorrow for MAO, and you will know how it's detail like. Okay. All right, okay, tomorrow, not today, don't worry. Okay, so let me explain to you my fear on Bitcoin. Now, first of all, Bitcoin at the moment now, right, you guys can see is trading below the KHRL SL level, support level. So basically, because of that, that means that Bitcoin at the moment now is still in the downside. Then we have our TSCB. Our TSCB inform us that Bitcoin now is heavily resisted at this 42,000 level. 42 to 43,000, this is the key resistance. So what we're seeing that the whales are still selling, they're not buying yet, then the blue bars are still quite around. So that means that in short itself, the market is actually pretty bearish. Okay, bearish, that means that the market is still not into a buying condition for long term. Now, short term, we buy, sell, that one no problem. That one we can make money almost daily. But long term positioning, Bitcoin is not there yet. So that's why I still think that Bitcoin may really have to go down again, maybe down to about 30,000, so that it can really finish up all the uncertainty of traders. Then they say that, okay, you know what, people start to give up, that is where probably these big boys will come in to pack from the bottom again. So overall, in my opinion, itself, Bitcoin is not the time to buy and keep for long term yet. If you want to buy cheap. If you buy it, you think that, hey, Cal, let's buy it. I don't care anymore. I want to buy and just don't care about it. Okay, fine. Then you can just buy anytime. Because now, anyway, the high is 62,000. Now it's 36,000. You are having a very good deal. It's down by 40%. So you can try. But you're asking me, I am not comfortable. Now, I'm going to say this up front here. Take a look. Now, you look at this. The Bitcoin is moving higher, But my KSI is red in color. So which means that usually when such a phenomenon happens, normally it's there might be a sell-off soon, okay? Might be. So that's why traders, I'm not that keen to do long-term yet at this price, but if you do intraday trading, no problem. Intraday trading, buy, sell, get out, make the money, and that's how we do it here. So for Ethereum, so same thing, you can see very clearly. Now Ethereum, we have a KCX signal recently, which of course some trader did ask me, Cal, can buy? I said you can buy small, but almost instantly the next day, the market turns back to red. So that means that the market is still pretty, weak at the moment. And of course, the last 6 days, the KSI is red. So this tells me that the sellers are still actually around. All right. The only good thing is that the blue bars are actually missing or no longer there. That's why at this moment now, Ethereum is a bit stronger than Bitcoin. So from here, we can know that if let's say if I want to buy one big example, if I can buy 0.1 Bitcoin example, I will rather buy a lot more on Ethereum. It's my personal view. So of course, if Bitcoin is a tumble, obviously Ethereum will also be hit. So my personal thing is this: anytime you go down to 2008, this price, I think it's a good trade because why? That is a 61.8 level. Of course, previously it went below, it went to 1,007, 1,008. But I'm just giving you a ballpark figure right now. 2008 can be a try. Then if you go anywhere lower, of course, it's just going to pick market, all right? Okay, so this is my personal take at the moment now. Not that comfortable to actually buy into the cryptocurrency other than you buy it to keep for long term. Okay, now for conventional chart, you can see why is it so sluggish. The moving average 11 shows that the market got no strength at all. So some people say that maybe this is consolidation, prepare for upburst. Well, I say that both is equally correct, but I still believe that this is actually meant for downside. So I'm very prepared to wait for it to go down, and the moment it goes down, That is whereby we will be all waiting for. So same thing for Ethereum. Although it has been supported by the MA7, but it is not really showing explosive movement. And then the moving average, the bigger one, moving average 70, is actually on top. So overall, it's all right. It's just capping it down in the middle. And anytime if Bitcoin is a fall, I believe this selling will bring it down again to about 2,000 mark. So overall for Bitcoin and Ethereum, for the long term, all right, I'm very bullish, but short term wise now, I felt that, right, they got a bit more downside pressure to go, all right, in my personal opinion, okay? So that is how I see it. And of course, I gave you one more, this one I prepared for you already. This one is this is Dogecoin, right? Cardano, Now, what I like about Cardano, if you look carefully, right? Yes, Cardano, you went a high of $2.41. Imagine that. At that peak itself, right? Just only recently, it went to 240, and we give you at $1.13. We were basically 100% gain in a matter of months, a few weeks, sorry. So that's why, we do have some good feeling with this counter. Now, this counter went to low recently to $1.06. This is where I did tell people around me to buy at 110 and just keep it, and luckily they did it. So now, if you look at it overall itself, right, the highest point, let's say it's 245, right? Example, $2.45, and the low is 106. All right, so the in between is about $1.75, which is right now. Yeah, right now. So $1.75 is actually the midpoint of this entire wave, right? Which is very good because you can see that Bitcoin is nowhere near there. Ethereum not so too. So I believe that later, if there is any movement later on, right, this Cardano will go back to $2.20 again. So of course, if Cardano can come down because of Bitcoin, that'll be the best. Because if it come down again, this will be a good time to buy somewhere about $1.50 around there. And then again, target is $2.20 by this year maybe. We're going to 240. Well, it depends on the time how the sentiment is. But at least I know now, I can tell you where are the levels that I will be more than happy to pick up some and leave it there. It's a buying stocks. It's better than buying stocks anyway, because Singapore stock is not moving at all. This is okay. And Singapore stock usually don't go up to 3-4 times. This can go to 5-6 times. So overall, I will say that I'm bullish in crypto, but let us go slow for this week, all right, until the signals give to us the calls. Okay? All right, so that will be the part 1 of this afternoon MAO. Now we talk about the part 2. It's just to see the global market, a quick overview of what happened today in the financial market before we end this session. Okay. Now for US Dow Jones today, it's pretty flat. There's no news today, and the market did try to go up, but eventually now it's still flat at the moment. It's supported by the MLP, so that's why the market can't really go down. The Nasdaq itself, right, is also doing same thing. It's resisted at the MLP, no direction at the moment. S&P 500 also a doji. Seems like everybody is taking a break. Now the Hong Kong market is down. Earlier this morning it was up, right, but now it's coming down. ZJ, we actually use 5-minute. Yeah, we use 5-minute chart for our trading. For indices, sorry. Why we don't use? We use for 5 minutes for trading, but we only limited to some, not everyone. We only use it for Hang Seng. We use it for DAX and FTSE. The other market itself we don't, because of the when we do the back test, we realize that, right, certain market, right, using 5 minutes, right, the probability of losing is even higher. So that is how we did. We already do a back test. That's why we are not those trainers who just say, oh, everything can use. We actually do a lot of back tests, and we realize that the resultant shows that it is better for some market to use 5 minutes, some market to use M15. Okay, ZJ, so I hope that I answered you. All right, so that is Hang Seng. For DAX this morning has just opened already this afternoon. So DAX is coming down a little bit. So the MLP is where we're looking at. If the market can stay above the MLP, it should recover. Now, China A50 today is going to close soon. Today, the closing is not as pretty as compared to the previous, but interestingly, it did not crack a new lower low. So still, overall, still quite okay, acceptable. All right, now that is the indices. Now for gold is coming off. Now if gold breaks below 892. I suspect that gold will come down quite a fair bit. This morning in the MAO, we already tell you, right, if gold come down, where can it go? So please refer to the morning MAO. All right, and for silver, I strongly believe that silver will drop back to $27.50 because that is an MA30 there. Yesterday, also a BNB, so which means that likely there should be follow-through selling right now because current price is now below the BNB SL point. Okay, and last one, it will be crude oil. Now, crude oil, as I mentioned to all of you, I believe that crude oil will likely be going up towards the $70 soon. Then after that, there's a bit of pullback and eventually we end at $80 by end of this year. So for crude oil, any pullback is welcome. I really hope crude oil can come back down to maybe 64 or 63 level. I think that'll be a good time to look for this crude oil to buy from the bottom and then aim it at the 70 or even $80 mark. Okay, all right. So that is the second half of the MAO, whereby we are showing you conventional chart. Because for students of mine, if you guys subscribe to the indicator, TWB indicator, you will know how do you utilize the trade. And like today, gold itself is still below P2. Below P2 means that there'll be further selling to come. And for Hang Seng has already now trades below the P2 level. So usually below P2, below OP, there's some selling. But because the KSI is green, that's why the downside is kind of limited. All right. So refer to this morning MAO and you will know what to do. And you guys will definitely make good money from there. Okay, that will be all for today. Thank you very much. Remember this. All right, all the cryptocurrency subscriber, you don't need to do anything. We will bring you into the group, okay? It's free. But as long as you're subscribing to the cryptocurrency indicator, it's free. So if one day we realize that you're no longer subscribing, it's all right. We may actually remove you, okay? So try to make some money of it. I'm sure these trades every day will make some money for you. Okay, that will be all for today. Have a great day. Take care. For those who are my students, I'll see you again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. This is Kel signing off. Bye-bye.